I'll fully admit I am a weirdo of a human being because I actually enjoy cleaning my home. In fact, I have an entire video precisely on how I got to that point from previously hating it with a passion. But even I can admit that there's a huge difference between a nice reset or that positive, upbeat, clean with me video to that of constantly feeling overwhelmed, constantly cleaning, and no matter how much you clean, you just can't get ahead of it. And it seems like the pile just keeps getting bigger. So if this is you, or if you just want to have less to clean and less to manage, my friend, I've got you covered. Today, I'll be sharing with you 10 items that I decluttered to clean less, making my home a little bit more manageable and making cleaning seem a lot less daunting. First up is fuzzy rugs. Oh my goodness, I did once have a fuzzy rug and it was a huge mistake for me. Now, I'm not saying that you need to let your fuzzy rugs go if you absolutely love this and you don't mind the cleaning. Actually, with any of these items on this list, if you love that item so much that for you it's a joy to clean this item just because you're thankful that you have this item, then it's not a burden. So do not just get rid of things just because you're gonna have less to clean and then you're gonna be sad because you missed those items. So I should have probably mentioned that at the very beginning, but I did have a white, of all colors, a white fuzzy rug. It was absolutely disgusting and they're really hard to clean. So I think it's a lot easier if you do want to have rugs to have a thinner rug, something that you can actually vacuum a lot easier, and especially not something that's white if you're going to get a rug. Number 2 is upholstered furniture, and then also just include anything that has a lot of nooks and crannies, like just a lot of crevices where just dirt and dust can get trapped in between. So for example, our table is a live edge table that my husband actually made, and we enjoy this. I don't mind cleaning it because I love this table so much. So I will actually get a paper clip because it has holes on it. It has the pores that I did not want to cover up because I like feeling them. So I enjoy that. If it's gonna drive you crazy to have to clean inside nooks and crannies like our live edge kitchen table, maybe that's something that you can consider changing. So I did have a storage bench that was upholstered. It was tufted. Of all things, I gave it to my kids, like a little storage bench for their toys and things. Eventually with time, it started to get kind of icky. So I rented a carpet cleaner and cleaned my entire home and just went ahead and cleaned that. But what I quickly found out is that it's a lot harder to clean those tufts, those little holes, those nooks and crannies. It took a lot of work to try to clean that darn thing that honestly for me was just not worth it to have that and constantly be cleaning this, and just no. Never say never, but not for me. Number 3 is an easy one, extra throw pillows. When we bought our furniture set, we actually did have some throw pillows that matched our accent chair. And I just got rid of those because even though they had the zipper, which I definitely recommend if you're gonna get throw pillows, to get the ones with the zipper where you can just toss it in the washing machine and it's a lot less work that way. So with this one, let me kind of take a little stop and mention that if you notice that you're having to clean something constantly, or not even just clean, but like pick something up constantly, take note of that. Take note of that and pay attention to when you're repeatedly cleaning or repeatedly putting things away, and ask yourself, is this item worth it? In the example of my live edge kitchen table, totally worth it. I love it, I enjoy it every single day. I purposely feel it because I enjoy it so much. We had a little stuffed animal that my kids would just toss on the floor over and over and over again. Found out they don't like that toy, and that's why it's always on the floor because they don't want it on their bed. So I ended up decluttering it. So just take note of those things that constantly maybe end up on the floor, that you're constantly having to clean up, and just ask yourself, is it worth it? And if not, it may be your time to let it go. Number 4 is kind of a 3-in-1, or actually lots in one. It's dressers, buffet tables, and really just extra storage furniture. So sometimes we have furniture because we actually need to store things in them. But let's be honest with ourselves, sometimes just the fact that we have that piece of furniture makes us want to put things on it. Like for example, this piece that I have right here. It looked kind of naked without anything. And so I went out and got a little plant and got a little lamp. And so we used to have this big, massive king-size bed that was part of a set. And it had this large dresser chest and these large bedside tables. And honestly, the more like years passed and the more I started to practice minimalism and just being aware of my purchases and shopping more intentionally, the less and less stuff I actually put in it, until finally now we were able to build our own bed and declutter that, make some money off of it. But our room looks so much bigger now just because we remove this big, huge, bulky furniture. And it's a lot easier to clean. So just remember this rule: clutter attracts clutter. And make sure that you try as much as possible to get rid of any flat surfaces that constantly attract clutter for you. Excess kitchen gadgets. So I get it. There's some that are totally gonna be worth it for you. For me, this is my coffee machine. I will not go without it, even though I'm not even like an everyday coffee drinker. And I don't even drink caffeine, so it's not even the coffee addiction, but I am totally addicted to my lattes. I gotta have me a latte every day, whether it's matcha or chai, or even just a hot chocolate. I just love me a warm drink. I don't mind cleaning this machine and maintaining it. But there's some items that are just gonna be more work for you without you actually getting a whole lot of value from them. Honestly too though, the more stuff you have in your kitchen, the harder cleaning is going to be. Glass top furniture. They are just magnets for dust, and they're a lot easier to see, especially if the sun's rays kind of hit on it. And two, fingerprints are just really, really visible. So unless you're gonna be wiping it constantly and cleaning that dust constantly, I would just avoid this one altogether. Number 7 is one that helps me, especially having kids, but this is something that you don't necessarily have to have kids to benefit from, is having all but one, just one, pair of dirty outdoor shoes. So basically we have a little shoe rack right before we leave outside, and that way we have that one pair that's meant to get muddy, that's meant to be splashed on, that's just meant to be dirty, not necessarily like a going out to the store kind of shoe. So I'm not necessarily having to clean these dirty, nasty shoes all the time, like especially with kids, they get shoes so icky. So what I do is I buy them rain boots, and I'm not having to like scrub their tennis shoes and whatever all the time because they have the designated dirty shoe. That, and of course, if you take your shoes off before you come in the home, then that's gonna help you eliminate a whole lot of mess within the home. So it's a 2-in-1. Number 8 is white clothes and linens. This is something that I've heard some people say they prefer to have white linens, white bedding, white clothes because it's easier. That way they can just like bleach it or put vinegar in it or whatever. For me personally though, especially having kids, I will avoid white socks. I will avoid white linens. Just anytime I can avoid white for my kids especially, I will definitely do that. But there are some cases where I don't mind it. Like I have a white blanket over my bed and I love that white blanket. And I don't mind, it's like my workout honestly though, but that's because I like cleaning. So I take that blanket and I actually wash it in the bathtub, and I will get my sweat on because I'm pushing. Like, have you ever washed a wet blanket? No, seriously, have you? Put it in the comments below. It is a workout. Tell me you do not disagree because I get sweaty washing my blanket in the bathtub. So anyways, side note, if you don't want to do that kind of thing, avoid white linens and it will save you a whole lot more work. Number 9 is one that kind of makes me a little bit sad, but it's excess plants. I am a plant lover. I love my plants. I love to talk to my plants. I am that weirdo that talks to my plants. It's science-based. It's science-based, okay? I do definitely see that you have to really be honest with yourself about just how much maintenance you're willing to have for plants because they're living things. They require watering schedules. They require you to repot them. They require you sometimes to, trim off leaves or whatever. So if you're not a plant lover or you don't really necessarily want to pay as much attention to them, one, probably get easier plants, but then also be honest with yourself about how much you can handle. And last but not least, I kind of touched on this one before, but it's excess pots, pans, and just baking, cooking kind of things. The less that you have to sift through to organize, the less lids that are gonna fall on you when you open that cabinet, or the Tupperware that just constantly falls all over the place, the easier your cooking is going to be. And then also, I think what it does is it kind of makes you have to clean it right away instead of it piling up. Because sometimes it's just the fact that things pile up that it makes it seem like it's gonna take forever. Sometimes I'm like looking at all these pans and pots and whatever, and it seems like it's this huge mess and it seems so daunting, and I'm like, I don't even wanna wash the dishes today because it just seems like it's gonna take forever. What I have done is I will literally grab my phone, set a timer just to see how long it takes me. And I think just the fact that I have the timer makes it seem more of like a challenge, like a game. And always, it takes me less than 10 minutes to wash everything. So sometimes it's just that barrier. It's just that visual, and it's just the pile that makes us feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin, or I can't even make any progress. So if you're struggling to clean any particular item, I just dare you to set a timer, and I bet you will see that it takes you a lot less time than you actually thought it did. But friend, that is the end of this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you're going to be decluttering anything, let me know what that item is going to be down in the comments below. And of course, if you have any suggestions, please let us know in the comments below, because you just never know what overwhelmed mama you might be helping. If you enjoyed this video, you will love my whole house clean with me video, where I kind of share with you how I went from being overwhelmed and stressed and resentful to actually enjoy cleaning my home. So I hope you love that motivation to get you pumped and ready to tackle your home in a much more positive, productive way. Until next time, bye!